Crowdfunding campaigns are not something I intend to cover very often. However, there are rare instances where one will catch my attention. Lab Zero Games have teamed up with 505 Games and Indiegogo to try and fund development for a new RPG titled Indivisible, to be released on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows PC, Mac, and Linux. Along with the launch of their Indiegogo campaign, Lab Zero have released a playable prototype of the game to the public. Instead of just blindly trusting everything the developer says, we have a chance to see what they are capable of firsthand. Heavily inspired by Valkyrie Profile, Indivisible has both side-scrolling adventure components as well as the usual RPG encounters that you'd expect. Movement is simple enough, with the ability to run, jump, crouch, dash, and jump off of walls. Early on in the prototype, you'll come across an axe that lets you climb up walls and cut down vines. You get the basic idea that the developers want to equip you with new movement options as the game progresses, opening up new paths that you couldn't access before, like any good Metroid-style game. The axe isn't only for traversal though, you can equip it in battle for a completely new moveset. Battles happen seamlessly when you attack or are attacked yourself in the field. If you've played Valkyrie Profile, you'll instantly be familiar with the combat in Indivisible. Each of your party members are assigned to one of 4 keys or buttons on your controller. Simply pressing any of these buttons will cause your corresponding character to attack your target. You also have the ability to change which type of attack the character performs by holding up or down when the button is pressed. Holding up will cause a weaker area of effect attack, while holding down can vary between weapons and characters. One might cause a debuff on your target or launch them into the air for follow-up attacks. Strategy comes in the form of choosing the right attacks at the perfect time to keep a combo going across all of your characters, as it is possible to miss and waste a turn because you used an attack that hits low when the enemy was in the air. Depending on how many characters or directional inputs Lab Zero plans to add to the game, creating your own combos between characters could be a lot of fun. At least one enemy in the prototype is immune to being launched in the air, which forces the player to rethink how to combine their party's attacks. As doing the same combos over and over could get dull quickly, it'll be interesting to see how the developers try to mix this up. As you perform bigger combos, the special meter at the top right will start to fill. You'll use this to unleash powerful abilities, or you can use it to reduce how much damage an enemy will deal when they attack you. Battles use an active time system, where characters and enemies can attack anytime they have actions available. When one of your characters are attacked, you can hold down their corresponding button to reduce how much damage they'll receive, but you can only do this if you have meter available. The longer you hold it, the faster it drains, so if you can time your blocks more efficiently, you'll save more of it. Currently, the only way to heal yourself in battle is by using the super meter. The balance between needing to do large combos to build the meter and spending it to reduce damage and use healing supers is pretty good in the prototype. I'd be curious to see how Lab Zero plans to keep this balance throughout the entire game, or if they plan to add other ways to heal the party. The system they have now made the final boss fight more interesting to deal with, in a good way. If you'd like to try the prototype for yourself, I've added a link to the download in the description below. As for the Indiegogo campaign itself, Lab Zero is looking to raise $1.5 million US, where 505 Games will provide an additional $2 million. Usually, I wouldn't even bother talking about crowdfunding campaigns. However, between actually providing a playable prototype and Lab Zero's track record, I think that they could curate something that backers would enjoy. If you're into the fighting game genre, you may be familiar with Lab Zero's previous game, Skullgirls. In 2013, they crowdfunded new DLC characters, story, and stages for the game. The campaign was a success, and they delivered everything that they promised. When their expenses were less than expected, instead of keeping the money, they used it to further add more DLC to the game. The DLC was even free to everyone for a limited time, regardless if they had backed the project or not. Just do keep in mind that crowdfunding always has a risk to it. You're essentially providing a donation to a developer that you trust to complete the game. If you'd like to contribute to the development of Indivisible, I've provided a link to the Indiegogo campaign in the description below. They have a ton of information about what they'd like the game to be on their page, so give it a read, try out the prototype, then decide for yourself if it's a game that you'd wish to support.